Welcome to the Northerners Podcast. We're two friends in fiber who knit, craft, crochet, and tuck everything in between. My name is Jocelyn, and my co-host is.
Diana.
And despite the woes in the world, wherever you are, whatever your woes are, I have a friend who lives in Thailand. They're flooding out city by city, and it's creeping closer to Bangkok.
Oh, delightful.
Yeah, yeah, I told him not to drown, but if he could manage to part the waters like Moses' photo, I was all for that. He laughed at me and said he'd see what he could do. Uh, this is the type of friendships I have. I have discovered there's eggnog in the grocery stores, so I'm a happy camper.
My woes are much smaller and more first world in that I do not currently have eggnog, and this is very disappointing.
By pure chance, I've been hunting to try to find some puff pastry to make pumpkin pies, like for
Okay.
Thanksgiving, like make a pie for myself. I could not
Yeah.
track down. There is one brand of puff pastry I can have. I
hmm
hate making pastry but from scratch,
Pastry's a lot of work.
mostly because I don't have like a ceramic pastry. Like I don't have my own pastry pan. Does that make sense? Crust pan, shell pan.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, the like
I
pie
don't
plate thing.
Pie plate, that's it. I don't have my own pie plate. So I couldn't just make it at home and throw it in my pie plate as like a last ditch resort thing. It's also very expensive to make your own pastry. It's very cheap to just buy pre-made pastry.
It's true. Which just makes no sense.
It's
Like I understand how
illogical.
it works, but like it's dumb.
It's dumb. So I went looking and I couldn't find any. And boy, I went to like three different Walmarts, plus two Sobeys and a Costco. I
Oh
went
my, that
everywhere.
was a whole quest.
It was a whole quest, and I failed, but that's fine because what I did find was the Silk Festive Holiday Nog. Just can't call it eggnog because there's no eggs in it. But that happens to be Jocelyn friendly
And actually really good.
and really good. So a container of that came to my fridge, and then I immediately started posting in the Discord thread between me, Diana here, and the marvelous moderator. And I was like, "How soon is too soon for eggnog?"
As soon
I
as
think
you can buy it in
Alice's
the store is perfectly acceptable.
I think Alice's reply was 10 minutes.
Gotta wait for 10 minutes. Okay,
Wait for
now.
10 minutes and then it's okay. So I slightly overly holiday festive nogged my decaf coffee this morning. I even put it in a Christmas mug because it's a Christmas drink. Even though I have a
Wow.
new Halloween mug, but everybody can see that later. Like I was like, nah, it needs to be in a giant soup bowl.
I am extremely jealous of your drink right now. I did not even make coffee today. What is wrong with me?
I told you on
Like,
Discord
never
before we
mind.
started what I was doing.
I know, and I still didn't make coffee.
You had the time. I had a crumb situation to deal with.
I know. I'm sad. I opted to finish my drink from my can of bubbly, which is distinctly less interesting. I'm sad now. I'll make a fancy drink later.
You can't be trusted with fancy drinks.
No, I really can't.
We are in October. It is Halloween, which means we are closing in very quickly on the end of the year. Very quickly at the end of the year. Oh, don't check the dates on that there, Diana. You'll startle yourself.
No, yeah, nope, no
Mm.
dates. No,
Mm.
nope,
Don't do it. We are
no.
currently in the fall equinox along. It'll wrap up at the winter solstice. I have yet to even wind my yarn to cast on, so hopefully you guys are doing better than I am. I was fully distracted with a thing that I didn't know that I wanted to do till I started it. Now I'm very enthralled in it, but that has set back the sweater making progress that I had thought I would be doing at this point.
I just had this wild moment of, wait, what did I say I was doing
Oh
for
no.
the fall equinox? I realized I also have not wound the yarn. We're
Nope.
doing so well.
At our own Cal.
Yeah, I
Woohoo!
cast on something else instead.
I've casted on several other things, and then I got fully distracted, and we'll talk about that in a hot second, because it's a whole thing. What else we got going on? The librarian along, which is going to wrap up at the end of this year. So if you've been working on a cardigan or a pullover, a sweater essentially, that you would see a librarian wear or is book themed or book themed colored, essentially any way you could shoehorn in a project that works around the theme of librarians and books. We said, let's do it. But we did that like last December, and neither one of us has even finished that either. So
No, I started my sleeves.
we have to put on an end date for that.
Yeah.
So we have done so. We'll see how we do. What else we got going on? Oh, next month we're going to do a challenge weekend.
Mm-hmm.
We got a bonus content with some video information coming out for you guys here shortly, so that's going on. Otherwise, I think that's it because we're wrapping up for the year. As always, we spend all of December doing lives just to accommodate the fact that we tend to be fairly bogged down with festive activity.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Diana has family. I attend choirs and concerts and shows and stuff. So we both have
Got some dance routines to practice a
we got
lot.
some busy stuff going on in December. So don't forget this month and November are the last months you will have regularly scheduled programs, and then in December it kind of just goes wee,
December is just a lot of
wee.
whatever.
It's a lot of whatever. We just make it work. The changes to Patreon happen as for the 1st of November. So if you are a tier member, don't forget to check out your new tier perks and stuff. That updates will be processed early. Oh, what else do we have for changes? I don't think we have anything else. Do we?
No, I think that's it.
If you have an opportunity and chance, we would love if you hit the like button and subscribe. If helping us out monetarily is not a thing you can do, or if you're watching us, it helps other people find us. Feel free to leave comments down below. We will respond. It might not be immediately, but we will. Sometimes
You
I
get there
forget to check.
eventually.
I forget to check sometimes. It is what it is, right? Other than that, I think we're good and we can go on to the fun yarn stuff. I decided to celebrate October by casting on a secondary Wood Woes. Many people will have known or see that I'm wearing my first Wood Woes today. It's in the Northern Cardinal. It's pretty, it's fitted, I likes it. It's very convenient for me to put on when I have open windows and we only have a high of like 13 to 15 today. Like we should be having it this time of year instead of the 25 we had earlier this week.
Ew.
Ridiculous. Ew, indeed. So I took it with me while I was off visiting my mom and my dad because we were in Saskatoon for the Silver Willow event. And I'm pretty sure I'd like to preemptively book you to be with me for next year's.
No, okay.
I There were fiber blends I have never seen before.
Ooh.
I
I like a
only
fun fiber
knew
blend.
I knew of half of the vendors. Half of the vendors I'd never even heard of before.
So lots of new people. Or new to us
Lots of
anyway.
new stuff to us. So I'm like, no, next year I got to bring a Diana. So being Diana, I got to book her in advance, like way in advance.
The
However,
safer bet.
always a safer bet. That way she'd be like, oh, Jocelyn already booked me.
Things
Always a
fill
good
up
idea.
fast. Do you have any idea how many things I'm supposed to go to on October the 19th?
A
I can only
bazillion.
do one.
And I booked you first.
You did.
People just got booked you early. Here's my second Woodwoes. Do you see all this yoke? Do you see all this yoke?
That's a lot of yolk.
See all this yoke? I was not stuck in a car, but I was in a car for over 8 hours driving home. And a fingering weight sweater takes a dang long time to get through the yoke because they are very small stitches.
Mm-hmm.
It is a paid for pattern, otherwise I just give you guys stitch counts. But I have 4 more rounds to do, and the first row of increases is done. So for anybody keeping track, it is now what? We're in the early teens. This goes up Wednesday, the something or other.
Oh, you want me to have dates for you? 1 second.
I don't
16th. As
16th.
they're watching this, it might be the 16th.
So on the first, I cast it on. So I got through my ribbing and my collar, and I am over halfway to sleeves, separating for sleeves.
Wow. That's some progress.
That's some serious progress, especially for me and a fingering weight sweater, because it's a lot. I'm not making a small size. I'm not a small human. I do make the 48-inch bust size. It's meant to have some inches, like an inch or two of positive ease for this sweater pattern, but I wanted a fitted fingering weight sweater, just like I did for the first one that I have that I very much enjoy. And I'm using the colorway I am the Borg by
I do
Fire Me
love that
Fabric Co.
colorway.
Like, just look at that. Look how that's knitting up. You
I do
get
love
all those
that.
flashes of that, like I want to say sickly. It's not an estimation on the color. It's that sickly Borg highlighter color, like that highlight
Yeah,
flash of color you get in the Borg cube, into those nice dark kind of, you
it's
don't
the
want to
evil
touch it because
green
you know it'll
color.
be grody green colors. Yeah. It's so good. It's so good. It looks so good. What I love is that whenever we tell people the name of the colorway, everyone's like, the Borg didn't say that. They did in First Contact, but everyone forgets the movie. I like the movie. I love the color. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. It's even better is
It
I've seen
looks
the
great.
advent calendars in person for the year. Oh boy. I can't wait to get mine. I can't wait to get mine. Okay. So as always, we're huge fans of Erin. We're also friends with Erin and Tristan, who are the Fireweed Fire Co. Fiber Co peeps. Did you see picking up that ambulance?
No?
Nope. We've had a very ambulance cop heavy sounds last 15 minutes, so something big must be going on.
It's
Always
not picking
stresses
up
you
at
out,
all.
right? Somebody is not having a very good day.
No.
No, so that's not good. Either way, save yourself 10% off if you guys use our coupon code through their website, Northern Knits and then 10. But I made a bunch of progress. I would have made more progress, but I got distracted. Which, I mean, come on, we all had to know it was going to happen. We all had to know it was going to happen. But Diana can go.
I'm working on a sock.
Okay.
Woo, it's so exciting. It's so blown out. Okay. Vanilla sock out of some Sea Panda yarn in the colorway Supernova. If you're super on the ball, you might still be able to get some of this from her shop, which is closing down this month. So if you would like this glorious colorway, definitely check out Sea Panda Yarns and grab that before the end of October, because otherwise, you will not be able to. It's all purple and yellow with like highlighter green bits. This camera is struggling so hard.
It's like it's not doing it justice there, my dear.
It's really not. And then the color pooling just happened to work up so that it's in a spiral. I don't know how that works, but it spiraled
Take
and I'm
it.
so happy. It just looks so good. I don't know,
We
it did
never
like this pooling
decided.
thing on the bottom of the foot and then it just spiraled, is spiraling up the rest of the sock and it's great. I'm so happy.
I think it worked. It turned out really well. It turned out so good. We never decided. Oh, we never did an order from her, did we? Oh, we are running out of time.
We are running out of time if we want to do that.
Yikes. Okay, that's a decision we need to make shortly then.
Oh, sorry,
Um,
I'm awake, I swear.
yes. You're not. You're lying to me. You're lying to
I
me.
absolutely am. You know that you do that thing where you sleep too much so you're still tired?
Yes.
Yeah, I did that
Did you do
today. That
that?
was a
Oh
mistake.
dear.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
It was so nice because it's cool outside, but then it's all warm and perfect under the covers, and you just don't want to get up, so you just keep like
Yes.
rolling back over for way
Yeah.
too long.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, no,
I
I've
did
done that.
that.
I've done that. I always have regrets later because I'm tired all day.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Did you caffeinate?
No.
Mm-hmm. I did a thing. One of the Patreon members, and I'm not blaming her. It is incredibly easy to talk me into anything. I almost talked myself into a Halloween countdown throw for fun. I can talk myself into just about anything. Was talking about the
Mm-hmm.
Stephen West MKAL for 2024. Was anybody joining in? And we got a whole bunch of people going, no, they weren't going to do it. They had West MKALs they hadn't finished before. They were going to finish on those. And I sat there and I thought about it. And I was like, you know what? It's two colors. It's still four skein shawl, but it's two colors. Sure, if I find yarns that I like, I'll join in. It'll be late, not unusual for me. It's a Stephen West. It's a lot of knitting. Also, not a shock. I'll need another 4 millimeter needle. I only have so many, and they were all in use, so I had no spare one floating around. It's okay. And I did. I found yarn that I liked. I bought the pattern, and I started days late, guys. Like the first clue dropped on the 3rd of October. I wasn't in
Oh,
town. I wasn't in my stash. I was at my mom's getting ready for a fiber festival. Cool beans.
okay.
So
Okay.
Saturday the festival came around and I couldn't decide. So at the end of the festival, I looked at Erin and I said, okay, are there colors in here that would work? Because I couldn't find anything that was like perfect, perfect. But if I take a look at Erin's booth at the end of the day, and we got lucky. She had some red breasted nuthatch, which is this beautiful variegated yarn. And on her tweed fingering, she had Pinot Noir. That's a
Ah.
very strong contrast, but for me,
Mm-hmm.
muted because we're dealing with some nice mellow colors. They're still colors, but they're mellow colors. I said, okay, cool. Found a yarn. I liked it. I liked the vibe it was giving. We're gonna do it. So I bought the pattern. Fast forward to the day before, or the day I'm getting in the car in the morning, I cast on my first semicircle. Now I can tell you what these are called because West has very, very in-depth video tutorials to help people along with his cows, which I love. And it was a lot. Like I watched the first clue and was like, oh my God, what have I got myself into? It's a lot of knitting. It's not complex knitting. Like there's no Latvian braids yet.
Yet.
It's just a lot of knits. It's a lot of knits and purls. I can handle knits and purls. So I have made my 3 semicircles. So I can now show you guys, like, look at those colors working up together.
Works. I
Like,
like
isn't that
that.
pretty? So
It's
pretty.
good.
So I had to make 3 semicircles. This is not a small amount of knitting. It's not a small amount of knitting. Now, when I was
No.
talking um with the girlfriend who's also doing this, uh you're supposed to cast off these semicircles and then pick them up. Picking up yarn takes me for freaking ever. So we're sitting there and debating it. It's like, why would I pick it up? If I have a long circular cord, I could just leave my semicircles on my long cord and then they're ready to go. They're facing the same direction. And I can just start section 2 of clue 1. I'm not even done clue 1 yet. I was like, that's a very good idea. I've watched the second section for clue 1 and I have started it twice and it's gone badly the first 2 times because I was going the wrong way. Because again, I gotta make sure I'm going in the right direction for left-handed. But
Right,
that's fine
because you're backwards.
because I'm backwards. It's fine. I figured out what it was I was doing that needs to be shifted. So I'm ready to start again. And again, the next section, still knits and purls. We're still knits and purls. We're changing colors every 2 rows and we're carrying the yarn with us. So I'm not doing anything overly complicated. I just have a lot of it to do. So I'm gonna, once we're done recording here, I'm gonna get started on section 2 again and continue to make progress. I knew I'd be running late. I figured I'd be running late well into clue 2. Like it'd be hard for me to catch up by clue 3, but it is doable so long as I stay focused. But this has been consuming my life since I got home. Which I mean, to be fair, they're not small semicircles.
No. No, those are large
Uh,
semicircles.
no, they're quite large semicircles. So that's going on. But I don't have to pick up stitches, which legitimately saves me hours.
Nice.
Saves me hours. So like the 2 hours I spent mucking up the first time is nothing compared to how long it would have taken me to pick up all 3 semicircles with almost 100 stitches each.
Ew.
Ew,
It's too many.
indeed. Too many stitches to want to pick up, especially fingering weight. Oh, no. So I'm going to continue forth, but in theory, I am caught up by the end of clue 2 when we move to clue 3 for the Stephen West MKAL for this year. So wish me luck. I'll take talismans, sacrificial burnings. Uh, I love his shawls. They're so pretty. They're such works of art. I'm
Mm-hmm.
always so delighted by them. And I'm even more delighted that this one doesn't involve a lot of technical detail right now. It's just a lot of if you can knit, you can go. And I've been contemplating his shawlography. Is it
Mm-hmm.
shawlography? Yeah, that's the one with the funny wedges at the start of the shawl, right?
Think so.
I think that's the shawlography
I
one.
think so.
I'd started it, but
Shawlography
I
and twists
didn't.
and turns, and I never remember which is which.
Shawlography, I did not do twists and turns, but I didn't like the colors I had. Like they weren't working the way I wanted them to. But then I was thinking, what if I just did a faded shawlography and just worked from one color to the next color to the next color to the next color in the yarn balls and
Okay.
let the variegated yarn do its own thing. So maybe I'll do that because I hadn't occurred to me before, but like that could be a fun monochromatic one where everyone would be like, well, you won't see all the color changes. And I'll be like, yeah, but I don't anyway. So like
Fair.
doing that shawl would be my way of showing people what I see in other shawls, where you have to see everything with your fingers.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm like, maybe? Who knows? Anyway, that's what I decided to cast on for fun while I wasn't even at home. Thanks, Prairie Lily, in Saskatchewan for having Chow needles in stock, because my God, I needed a 4 millimeter on a 32-inch cord, and I walked in and I asked, and they had it, and I was so happy. I was so happy. Oh, I bought yarn. Guys, I bought yarn after the yarn festival. I have acquisitions.
I have no acquisitions.
I don't have a ton of acquisitions. I just have a couple of things. I needed to secure some stuff. I needed to secure some stuff. Okay. That's my Stephen West whoopsie fall down. It's why I'm not as far along in my wood woes as I wanted to be.
Fair.
Whoopsies. But don't worry, I have another new cast on. It's fine. It's fine. You're up. I don't want to
All
talk about
right.
it right now. We'll talk about it in like 60 seconds. I am not working on the Stephen West MKAL while we record. That would be bad.
That would be mistakes.
That would be
I've been working on
mistakes.
the Tolsta Tank. I have finished the straight body knitting, and I have gotten
Excellent.
into the bust darts increases,
Ooh, nice.
and then because it's a tank top, there's no sleeves, so I guess I'm like very nearly halfway done.
Oh my God, that's exciting.
I guess.
That is so
I don't know.
exciting.
There's nothing to. Hello. There's not much to see yet aside from hey, there's stripes. Yay, pink and black stripes. The pink is Grown Up Living Barbie Doll from Fireweed Fiber Co. and the black is Onyx from Ginger Snap.
Oh, I saw their black light case at Silver Willow. Oh
Oh,
my
yeah,
God, that was fun. Oh,
right?
oh, so good.
They
So
have
good.
really, really fun black light yarns.
Really fun black light yarns. And a really fun Halloween, like vampire themed collection this year. Oh, so good.
Ooh, I didn't see
So
that.
good. So dangerous. So dangerous.
So, yeah, I made some more stripes. Yay. I'll finish this in time for winter.
That's fine.
Actually, I'm still motivated to work on it because I'm relating everything to dance these days.
Yes, you
But
are.
one of the routines is Let's Get It Started by the Black Eyed Peas, and it was from like 2003 or something. So I'm very like very Y2K in my brain, and I'm like, yeah, pink and black for my little preteen heart wants the pink and black right now.
That's fine.
So
If you're motivated on it, work on it. You can go to dance class. It can live under other shirts. Like tank tops are year round.
I'd like that one underneath other things. Maybe.
Hmm. Tank tops are year round.
It had not occurred to me that I could wear some of the stuff to dance class though. And this is magical.
I'm happy I could help.
Well, because some of my summer tops are like they tie in the back. And so I wouldn't think of that for dancing, except I'm a leader, so nobody's touching my back.
Nope.
Oh, couldn't do it if I was a follower. That's asking for a wardrobe malfunction, but I'm a leader.
Yeah, no, a follower,
Nobody's
that would be a
touching
bad
my back.
idea. But as a leader,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
heck yes. Well, maybe
Happy
I
to help.
will.
Happy to help.
Anyway,
I don't know. Maybe you just starts a lifelong passionate love affair with knit, striped knitted tank tops, and you just work through your stash like crazy.
maybe.
That'd be fun.
Well, now there's this wide world of dance tops.
Yep,
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna make dance clothing now. And by
that's
dance, I
fine.
mean like the workout class kind of style things.
That's fine. That's the stage you're at. Absolutely do it up. It brings you joy. That's the important part.
So much joy. Okay, well, I'll keep you posted on the joy.
I was going to talk about my pumpkins that I made this week, but I can't find them. So we're not going to talk about my pumpkins this week because I don't know where I've put them. And since
Someplace safe.
they're black sparkly pumpkins. Could take a hot minute before I find them. But once I found them, we'll talk about them.
Okay,
They have to be in here somewhere. I saw them when I got home. So they made it home.
I believe you.
I just, I don't know what to cast on next, and I posted polls everywhere, and like Two people replied. It's like, thanks, guys. So it's a 50-50 poll, which doesn't help me make a decision at all.
Sorry, I definitely did not vote in any of the polls.
I noticed, ma'am. You're gonna
I
have
can
to vote
render
because
an opinion now.
you're gonna be the tiebreaker, is what you're gonna be.
Okay.
I need to decide. Am I doing a white spiderweb poncho or a black spiderweb vest?
Spiderweb poncho or black spiderweb vest?
Yeah,
Don't know.
it's a hard choice. Do you see why I'm having a problem? Both crocheted, so they're both gonna work out fast. I have the
How much are you
yarn.
gonna
I
hate working in the black?
Not that much. It's worsted. Both of them are worsted weight.
I feel
If it was a
like you might
solid
be more of
black,
a
no
spiderweb
problem.
vest person.
Okay, spiderweb vest it is. I just needed a decision, and I didn't want to
Okay,
make
there's a
it.
decision.
Okay,
I don't know if it's the correct one, but there it is one.
but it is
It
one.
is a
Okay,
decision. Do the thing.
you know how sometimes you don't sleep so well. Any number of reasons. I'm at the age where the reason is just it just is. Take your pick. Right now, I suppose I can overshare on the internet, right? This is private. We won't share with anybody else.
Absolutely.
I don't really care. Guys, I started the premenopause phase of my existence. It's fine. I'm a little early, but it's not too bad. No doctors are getting overly excited, antsy, or wanting to put me on anything, so I must be doing fine. Cool
Seems
beans.
reasonable.
They're like, you may notice some changes. I'm like, oh yeah, I've noticed. There is some stuff that isn't how it used to be. And that's fine. I knew I was going to get here eventually. And one of those things is sometimes at the start of my cycle, I suffer from insomnia, sometimes narcolepsy. I either want to sleep 22 of 24 hours or I want to be awake for 22 of 24 hours. I don't know which way it's going to fall.
That's wild.
Thankfully, it's like 3 or 4 days max. So it's like it's not like a super long progressive, like it's not something that I deal with all the time. It's just occasionally when I get the spike just before the start of my cycle. This time around, we've gone the insomnia route. So at
Delightful.
3:40-ish a.m. this morning, when I'd given up on sleep for a while, I had already looked at my phone, turned on a light, got a cup of tea, went to the bathroom, all the things. I was like, that's it. I'm going to cast something on. I'm going to cast something on that is going to take forever, that can just live in bed. I can fall asleep next to, so like if I fall asleep again, I could fall asleep on top of it and it wouldn't matter. That I could just pick up and put down. No time date, no stress, no thinking. I started another corner to corner blanket.
Perfect.
Just out of my scraps. So whatever I've got in the tote of doom. And I'm just crocheting until I can't do any more full rows in whatever ball I have, and then I'm moving on to a new ball.
It looks great so far.
So the stripes are also going to be different widths as we go. I did come to the conclusion that I wanted neutral colored stripes between color changes because I've got grays and I've got some tweed left and I've got because I've got some browns, like I've got some neutral colors. So right now in my basket thingy that I have has the leftovers from the last corner to corner blanket I was working on. So I'm going through those first. And I had these in the blue.
Hmm.
And I've got another big thing of blue. So like I got some more blue to use up. And then I'll go to like purple or gray or whatever. And then I'll move to like browns and reds. So I'm just gonna make it as big as I can. And we'll go from there. So this might end up being a whole bedspread. Just gonna make it as
It
big
looks
until
good so
I
far.
I no longer want to make it bigger, and then I'm gonna make it smaller again. So that's what I worked on for like 35, 40 minutes. And then I fell back asleep, thankfully. And then I stayed asleep. Stayed
Even
asleep
better.
till noon, and I have no regrets because I definitely did not sleep the night before either. So that is what I'm working on. I'm gonna pull it out every once in a while. We'll see progress. Sometimes I'll put it down for months and we won't see any progress. So it's just going to be my meditative bed sleepy project. And now I'm gonna finish
Perfect.
working on this row. I have no idea. It's all scrap acrylic yarn, so I'll be able to put it in the washer and put it in the dryer. But it should eat up through a lot of the tote. I mean, I'd
Yeah.
feel great if I could be through the tote early next year, like emptied it out. That would feel really good. Feel so
Ooh.
good. That would feel so good. And a blanket might be the way to do it. Might be the way. That's it. That's all I've worked on this week, which quite frankly is a lot.
Yeah, you actually made progress on things. I didn't really.
Sure did. Have to make
Apparently, I
progress.
used up all the knitting mojo for that one cowl.
That Stephen West MKAL's got timelines. And you know I like a deadline.
That's true.
I like a deadline. Whether I meet it or not is relevant. I like having them. All right. That just leaves your Patreon Enid pitch.
Unless you had acquisitions.
Oh, I did have acquisitions. I forgot to grab them. Insert a cut here, editing Jocelyn. I have to go to the living room to get my acquisitions. Do you remember back in the spring when I went to the fiber ring? It was a new Saskatoon fiber store, and I got that amazing scrubby yarn.
Mm-hmm.
I went back and got two more. We were
Nice.
in town. I had
Well,
to.
obviously.
I
Yes.
had to. They just listen. They have that amazing ring that I use. They've got that because I put the ring on and then I run the yarn over the ring. I
Mm-hmm.
think my ring's in my bedroom right now. I need some more, so I need to do that. But they're crochet forward. They're crochet forward.
Ooh.
So like they have selections of crochet hooks. I mean, obviously you can buy stuff for knitting because yarn is yarn is yarn is yarn. Same as you can walk into a yarn store and buy yarn for crochet work. Same idea. But they had this scrubby yarn that I really freaking love. So I bought two more balls of scrubby yarn to go with some cotton that I have here for dishcloths for Christmas presents. So that was a necessary purchase.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't freewheeling, but we were with Erin and we wanted to go check out the fabric store that my mom had been talking about. And it's huge, and there's multi levels, and there's stairs, and there are narrow aisles, and it's stock full of fabric.
Perfect.
So we were in our happy place. The other reason we need to take you, just because we think you'd have fun looking at things and touching stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, coffee. So I of course bought some remnants because I make my bags out of the remnants or odds and ends, last of bolts, and thrifted fabrics. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
always on the hunt for the ends, the bits and bobs. And I found some fabric. I found this fabric.
Ooh.
I think that would make a really fun bag.
Almost cheated print-ish a
It's
little, but
almost
not
cheetah
quite.
print, but not quite. It's definitely got like an animal vibe without being too animal vibey. Is that English? That's not English. Guys, I'm working on getting the bags set up so I can sell them through the Shopify store because Diane and I have one for the Northern Knits podcast swag, and we're working on getting my bags up in there so everybody can see them. So rather than trying to catch me at like the rare show I'm at, I'm trying to figure
Yeah,
out
it'd
how
make
to
more
sell
sense.
bags online. I'm learning. But like, won't that be like a super cute tote?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be like a really cute tote? So I had to get that, and it wasn't even a meter. So like it had to come home. It was lonely. It's my general rule of
Obviously.
thumb. It has to be 2 meters or less if I'm buying it from a fabric store, like a remnant, or for myself. This is another one. Again, it's very animal printy. This one's even more animal printy.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. But it's in that nice muted brown range. So unless you're like right up close with it, the print fades a bit as you walk away from it. And I make some very loud bags. I make some very loud bags, guys. I love loud fabric. But it was very
They're
cute. So
joyful.
they're fun. So I don't know. I don't know if I'll do totes out of this one as well too, or if I'll do like some zipper project bags maybe, or a spinning project.
Cheetah
Ooh, it should
prints
be a
just.
spinning project bag.
Ooh, I like that.
It should be a spinning project bag, I think. And then I found one that I
Cheetah
couldn't
prints got me
justify.
some lyrics stuck in my head. There's a song that's like purple hat cheetah print dancing on the people rolled up after the other joint dancing on the people. And it's just the whole thing's just like people on the people dancing on the people. Something about we're on the roof and we're dancing on the people,
Ooh,
and
cute.
it's just a bunch of dancing on the people. And yeah, that's stuck in my head now. But it's a
I can
really
see
great
that.
dance song.
I found this fabric, and I'm gonna make something for myself. I like that's cute. It's got like a little polka dot color situation going on. Lovely, lovely, nice, thick, good bag fabric. I'm gonna make my life complicated, and I'm gonna use the wrong side of the fabric for the outside, because does that not remind you of painting bricks?
Ooh, yes, it does.
Does that not remind you of painted bricks? And I'm thinking I deserve a project bag or two out of this.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
with some
fun.
nice bright lining on the inside for myself.
Yep.
So I spent more on this one, but it wasn't for sale. It was for me.
Gonna make a
I don't
really
think we
cute
go with that.
bag.
Well, I'd be worried if I did it because I'd want to do it with the inside out. And oh, yeah, the inside is not fully secured all the way down. So you would absolutely be catching on everything under the sun if you're not paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm gonna get annoyed at some point because I'm gonna break one of these things, but I don't for me, I don't care. I'm gonna do painting brick side out and have a very loud fun bag. Just for me. Just for me. So I found unshockingly, I found fabric at a fabric store. I behaved, guys. I behaved. I almost came home with enough yardage to do a nightshirt and a full skirt and a nice slinky knitwear fabric that was had a
Ooh.
beautiful dark purple background with a nice light floral print all over it. I couldn't justify the $21 a meter.
Ooh, that's a lot.
I couldn't justify it, but my God, I wanted to.
Mm.
So there you go. There's my small amount of acquisitions after a fiber festival was more yarn. It's fine. It has a purpose and fabric. And I stayed below 5 meters. So, but I need to finish figuring out how to put bags up for sale on the Shopify web store. It's interesting because I have to use dark mode and accessibility settings, and like everything else on the internet, Shopify is not accessible. So it is interesting.
Yeah.
It is interesting. However, our merch swag stuff is there and is being put back in. So I want to have it in one house. Etsy's not any better. So I want to have it in one house so that I can monitor just one location instead of like two.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
just so that I
One's
don't go
easier.
crazy. One's easier. So I am making progress towards that in the changes and stuff that are going on. I need to delightfully pester the ever loving snot out of Diana to get help finish setting that up.
I'll do my best.
I need eyeballs to look at it in not dark mode to tell me it looks
Ah,
good. Yeah,
fair.
which is totally a thing. But there you go. Those are my acquisitions. I bought things. I love those. I love the garden stores in Saskatchewan. There's Saskatoon specifically because those are the ones I go to the most often. But oh, so good, so good, so cute. And I found out they do custom resin handle pours once a month
Ooh,
at the fiber ring. So I'm ordering myself an 8 millimeter hook with a resin handle. Nice chunky resin
nice.
handle to wrap my hand around. And I was talking to one of the co-owners, and we were talking about doing it, but having a shorter length of hook on the end because I like to be really close to the top of my hooks. She's like, "Yeah, we'll just
Mm,
shorten the hook for you." I'm like, because sometimes the hook lengths are too long on the crochet hooks for me because I have to be close to the yarn so I can feel what I'm doing,
hmm.
if that makes sense. So that's why I
Yeah, it
like
does.
that the boba ones that we have because I
Oh,
was
yeah,
able
yeah,
to
yeah.
get nice and close, and I like the resin handle because she showed me one of the resin handled ones that they'd made, and I like the chunky of the resin handle, like it fit my palm really well, so I could close
Hmm.
my back to. Here's a thing the internet doesn't know yet. When you use a cane, as much as I do, and you don't use a tap cane but use a roll cane, you don't always, but you can do nerve damage to your hands, which I am doing. So sometimes my first two fingers and my thumb will just let go reflexively. I have no control over it. It's just the damage that I'm doing. It's why I have the braces. It's not for what's that, carpal tunnel. That's the big thing people can get in their wrists. It's to help my hand maintain correct posture so that I reduce the amount of damage I'm doing. But the resin handle fits in my back two hands really well, which still have full power. So even if I just randomly let go of my crochet hooks, which I randomly let go of everything. Like if you watch balls of yarn fly out of my hand, it's because my hands just let go. And I'm
Delightful.
holding on to it with the first. three fingers and maybe my ring finger, and the ring finger can't bear all that weight, right? So I'm hoping because I can get my last two fingers around that handle really well, that I'll be less likely to just throw my crochet hook randomly.
That's good.
Here's hoping. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna order one. I'm gonna order it the eight
Phew!
millimeter. Yeah, it's exactly what it does. Like I'll be run, woo, and I'm like, I have no idea where that went, but it just exploded out of my hand. Makes life with me interesting. Fine, fine. We live. I don't
Starting to
put breakable
understand how you lose all
things.
your crochet hooks.
They do occasionally just go. I mean, I've attacked my friends with balls of yarn too. Like I've been sitting beside A, and we've been playing cards, and I've been winding yarn, and then all of a sudden the yarn's in his lap, and he's like, "I didn't want this." And I'm like, "Are you sure?"
But it's so squishy.
But it's so squishy. Uh, the things those poor boys put up with me. So hopefully, but I'm gonna order an 8 millimeter hook because our podcast anniversary, I need an 8 millimeter hook for. So I think I'll treat myself to a new hook
Nice.
and possibly a new ring. I really love the ring I have. I really love the ring I have. It's so nice, it's so handy. Okay, now we're on to you.
And the unscripted Patreon ad.
It's true. Ooh, I can crochet while you do this.
If you would like to financially support these shenanigans, you can do so at patreon.com/northernitspodcast. Any level of support gets you access to our patron-only Discord server, where we chatter about all manner of things. Jocelyn talks herself into doing MKALs through
Do I
no fault
ever?
of anyone else. And
Absolutely not.
I don't know, what are we doing? We were doing posting pictures of food in there today because it's Canadian Thanksgiving.
Hmm.
Lots of food pictures, puppy pictures, obviously yarn pictures.
Did you see Pearl in her
Yeah.
tie-dye hoodie and her shark fin
Yeah.
vest
Yeah.
sweater swim vest? My God, that dog could not look cuter. Such a cute
Oh.
puppy. I mean, not a puppy. Pearl's a full-grown dog, but such a
Not
cute
puppy.
puppy. So good. I like the video one video her mom posted of her telling her woes of her people. uh, I like pets, peeps.
I wish I could have a pet. Alas, Mr. Diana's allergic,
He is.
and I do like him, so
And you don't have a lifestyle that would accommodate a pet.
no, given that
No.
we're pursuing that regular travel schedule wherein I go somewhere basically every month,
Yeah, nope.
that would get real expensive at a kennel real fast.
Yes, it would.
I understand all of these things, but I can still wish I had a kitty cat to curl up on my desk with me.
I mean, having watched mine for years, you think you would have cured you of that desire?
Weirdly, no, I'm very much a
Because you
cat
watched
person.
her derail alive. Right?
I know.
Coming for you, hard tilt.
I know. I know all of
So
these
much
things,
drama.
and yet, and
And yet,
yet,
and yet, okay,
and yet,
okay. So long as
still want one.
that's fine. I love mine. I want to kill her sometimes, but I do love mine. I'm still cat free. Hopefully she comes home tomorrow.
And then you'll be grounded.
Oh my God, I'll be in so much trouble.
Make sure you do whatever errands outside the house you need to do today,
Oh, I
because you
made
will
sure
be
those were
grounded for a
done
month.
post haste, but it's like rainy and overcast today, so I kind of like want to go for a walk maybe later because I can see the best on rainy overcast days. It's like maybe I'll take myself out for a nice cool walk. I mean, I won't go terribly far. I'll walk to like the local McDonald's and get a cup of coffee, but that's not the point. Decaf coffee. But I'll be out.
Yes, that is the point.
That's the point. All right. Oh my goodness. However, budget's their thing. You can follow us on Patreon as a free member. You'll still get the posts that we do for free and the monthly schedule as to where we're going to be. And that monthly schedule is going to be key in December since it's all lives in December. So if you've
Hmm.
thought about following, but you're not sure about paying, follow us for free. So at least you guys are getting the monthly schedule posted there so that you know where we're going to be and what events we've got planned for the month. What else do we got going on? I know I need to do a post public forward with all of the links for where you can find us on all the other social media platforms so people can follow us in other places. I think otherwise that's about it. I know Patreon members who are participating in the Advent calendar are madly crafting in the background because those have got to hit the mail sometime early November or late October, depending on how far you're mailing it.
Mm-hmm.
I have a little bit more leeway because
Hi, I'm madly crafting.
me and my partner this year is in BC and we chose to do 12 days. So it'll be like the 12 days before Christmas. So I have a little bit of wiggle room into early November to play with if I need it. I'm not doing too bad. I got some things I do need to finish up and I dropped all of it to do the West MKAL. So I'm going to be that mad crafter the last few weeks after the MKAL to get everything out on time. So here's hoping I do it. However, my poor yarn exchange partner is still waiting because I don't know if my package has hit the mail because we don't let me mail things.
Mm, mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
as far as I know, it's still sitting at Aaron's house to go on the postage. Yeah, at this point, it may have been faster for me to mail it. Ah, all right. I think that's it. Yeah. Yeah.
Great. I'm almost done this sock.
Perfect. I'm going to do an outro and we're going
Thinking
to let everybody go. I'm going to say
like a
until
couple more
next
rows
week.
here.
I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Diana.
And no matter where your week takes you, don't forget to
Don't forget
knit.
to knit.